welcome back to my channel. I'm Kayla. Today we are going to be embroidering on some scrub jackets. It's going to be a pretty quick video. I only have 2 of them to do, but I wanted to show you guys how I use my freestyle mighty hoop stand with the 5x5 hoop to do that perfect front left chest embroidery. So let's get into it. I actually just did my test stitch right here. Turned out absolutely perfect. So we are going to replace our hoop. I use this stand all the time. It is perfect for those zippered front left chest areas. It's very easy to put it on. So I'm going to show you guys how we do it today. So they provided these jackets. If you guys are interested, how I do it when somebody wants to provide their own item is I have them sign a waiver. And I've done videos on this before. I will link them down below if you want to be able to have your customer provide their own garments, but you not be responsible for them. Check out that video below to read that form and see what all it entails. It can be pretty tricky, especially with things like scrubs, because that's not really something that I buy wholesale myself. I don't know where they purchase these, but I still want to be able to offer that for my customer. So yeah, so they had no problem filling it out, and they brought me 2 scrub jackets, and we're gonna put their logo on. So fun fact, I actually used to work for this dentist office. I was a pediatric dental assistant for about 5 years before my husband and I had kids, and ever since then I've been a stay-at-home mom. And yeah, it's kind of fun doing stuff for an office that I used to work for. Here are the jackets. They're just basic black scrub jackets. They are from the brand Healing Hands. And like I said, they provided these. I have no idea where they bought them, but we are just gonna embroider on the front left chest. So let me bring you in and show you everything I'm doing. Actually, before I bring you in, let me show you all the materials you're gonna need for this. You're gonna need cutaway stabilizer. If you're doing scrub jackets like this that have a 4-way stretch, you're gonna want a pretty thick cutaway stabilizer. I will leave this exact stabilizer down below. I believe it's a 2.5 or 3 ounce stabilizer. I don't know off the top of my head, but I've done many scrub jackets with this. It's great. I never get any puckering. Love it. You're also gonna need any sort of tape. I just have heat tape because it's what was closest to me. I'm gonna use that to, if I can find it, tape down my logo exactly where I want it. I used to use pins. You guys have seen that a lot in my videos. I don't do that anymore just because I kind of had the realization of like, I shouldn't be putting holes in a garment that aren't necessary. Even if it's something knit like this, it's gonna bounce back. Shouldn't be really putting holes in somebody else's garment. So now I tape it. Sometimes I'll use packing tape, heat tape, whatever's closest to me, just to keep it exactly where I want it. I have done the like the placement stickers. It's just like a real small circle with crosshairs on it to show you the center point of your design. I've tried those. My brain does not like those. I need to see the whole image. I need to see exactly where it's gonna trace over the image. My brain just cannot handle it if I don't see the full image exactly where it is. I don't know, maybe I'm weird. My brain just does not compute that. And then I am using my 5x5 mighty hoop today. Love mighty hoops, especially for scrubs. It minimizes hoop burn, keeps it in place, doesn't shift the item as much, but also what helps with that is basting adhesive. I'm going to spray my stabilizer before I put the scrub jacket on, just so the material is not moving on top of the stabilizer. That can lead to puckering, registration issues, things like that. So 5x5 mighty hoop, basting adhesive, cutaway stabilizer, your item, tape, your printout, and the freestyle mighty hoop stand. Absolutely love this thing, especially for zippered front left chest logos. So I'm going to show you now exactly how I do it. We're going to get our stabilizer. I have my hoop inside the freestyle stand. We're going to get our stabilizer and cut it to size. You can get your stabilizer pre-cut. I just have a roll here today, so we're just going to take the time to cut it to size and get that ready to go. Now we are going to place our design on our garment. So I'm going to take my garment and lay it out as straight and flat as possible. You're also going to need some sort of collar measuring item. You can use the ones that go like across the whole top. I like to use this. This can be used multiple different ways. I'm probably using it wrong, just using it my own way, but I'm gonna show you how I use this to line up the logo. Okay, you guys have heard me talk about the printouts in just about every single video, but in case this is your first video with me, I printed this directly from my Ricoma Luxe software. Whether you print from Embroidery, Ricoma, whatever, it's gonna have crosshairs for you to know exactly where the center point is on your design. So this is the center vertical line, this is the center horizontal line in the exact center point. So what I like to do, keeping those crosshairs in mind, is the vertical crosshair, I like to line up with the seam on the collar, where the shoulder meets the collar. I like that line, and then I line up this horizontal line with the 3-inch mark. I like the center of my design to be 3 inches down from the collar. So this seam right here is kind of messing me up because I don't want to stitch on it. If I were to center this exactly on the collar, the last 4 or so letters of the dentist office name would be on the seam. That's not going to read very well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scoot it in just enough to where this is inside the seam. It's still going to look great, and I know that they will appreciate that. So I think that looks pretty darn perfect. I'm going to tape it in place. And then just in case you are new here, I call myself a professional eyeballer. I like to hold my garment up and see how it's gonna look straight on. So I'm gonna hold it up. And that looks perfect. Okay, so since I am happy with that placement, I'm going to very carefully unzip the jacket. Now I'm gonna take my basting adhesive and spray this and line up the jacket. I'm gonna line up the center line with this line right here that shows me center on the hoop. So I'm just gonna very, very carefully bring the jacket over, slide it on. I'm not pushing it down yet because remember it's sticky. So I am making sure this line is straight on with that. So I'm just going to adjust as needed. I can tell it's kind of going to the left over here on the bottom. And once I'm happy with where it is, I'm going to gently press down on the stabilizer so that it sticks. Make sure my hoop is facing the correct way. I actually need to pull it back down a little more because I can tell that the edge of my design is going to go under the hoop. So I actually put it too high. So I'm just gonna back up a little bit and redo it and make sure I fit well within my hoop parameters. There we go. That looks good. And then we're gonna snap like that. And I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but I have a few wrinkles. So I'm just going to very gently pull at the sides of the scrub jacket, just so that I have a completely flat surface and don't get any puckering. Make sure it's nice and taut underneath, like that. Continue to smooth it down. We have a perfectly hooped item. So now let's take it to the machine. So I know you can't see it in the frame, but I actually brought my little stool over just so that the jacket can hang down, because as we put it on the hoop, we're gonna have a lot of excess fabric hanging down. This is just gonna help take weight off of the arm brackets. This is a pretty lightweight jacket, so I'm not too worried about it, but you know, now it's not dragging on the floor or anything like that. So it just helps protect my customer's garment and takes weight off of these arms right here. So as you can see, we have it hooped. It is currently on needle number 10. I need to change it to needle number 1 so that we can trace. Okay, and if I were to put this down, actually, I don't think I need to move that at all. That's pretty dead on. I don't think I've ever done that before. Let's trace. All right, rookie move. Rookie move. I forgot to rotate my design. Rookie move. Okay, now let's trace. Now I'm gonna contour trace. All right, that looks perfect. So now I'm gonna remove my design and press start. Okay, so that one just finished. And I actually already have the other one placed and ready to go. So I'm just gonna take this off, put my hoop back on my freestyle stand, get my stabilizer ready, and then hoop the next one, get it going, and then I'll clean up this one. Okay, so I just took the second one off and got it cleaned up and wanted to show you up close. Turned out super, super clean. Very happy with the placement of it. Here's the other one, and just to show you what the inside looks like. These turned out great. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you for joining me to make these quick scrub jackets. Leave me a comment down below, and I will see you in the next video.